Good evening, folks. I'm Benji Ashby, and welcome to Truth Rings, your one-stop shop for everything you should know, but probably didn't hear from the mainstream media. Tonight, we've got some exciting news. Trump is back, baby! No, not in the form of just another great American comeback, although that's definitely coming too, but in the form of his second-term Dream Team cabinet picks. That's right, the man who brought you the best economy, border security that actually worked, and an America First agenda is setting up for round two with some of the finest, most trustworthy picks you could imagine. And no, I'm not talking about the deep state cronies, we're talking real America First warriors. Get ready, because tonight we'll break down the nominees who will help Trump finish the job that the establishment tried to derail the first time around. Stay tuned! Now, let's kick things off with one of Trump's most interesting picks. Doug Burgum to head the Department of the Interior. Wait, who? Yeah, I can hear you now. Who's Doug Burgum? Well, folks, Doug Burgum is the governor of North Dakota. Yes, North Dakota, not exactly a place the mainstream media keeps on their radar, but trust me, they should. Bergham knows his way around the land, folks. As a businessman, he turned a small software company into a billion-dollar deal. As governor, he's fought for North Dakota's farmers, ranchers, and oil workers. The guy's got grit, and he understands what it means to protect American resources, something the left has been trying to give away to China. This isn't just another political hack, folks. Bergham is a proven leader, and he'll make sure our national treasures are in safe hands. So expect Bergham to unleash the energy potential in this country like never before. I'm talking about drilling, mining, you name it. If you want a cabinet secretary who won't back down when it comes to defending American energy interests, Bergham's your guy. Okay, folks, strap in for the fun one. Representative Matt Gaetz as Attorney General? Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't Gaetz the guy who's got the media in a tizzy every time he opens his mouth? You bet he is, and that's exactly why he's the perfect pick. Gaetz has been a staunch ally of President Trump and a fighter. Something this country desperately needs in the DOJ. After all, the swamp creatures over at the DOJ have spent years weaponizing the justice system against conservatives. But with Matt Gaetz in charge, you can bet your bottom dollar that the double standards will be a thing of the past. No more going after Trump allies while letting the real criminals off the hook. Gaetz will put America first, not the corrupt bureaucrats who think they're above the law. Now let's talk about Kristi Noem. She's been tapped for the role of Homeland Security Secretary. The woman who took on the lockdown crazies in South Dakota and won. The woman who fought to keep the state open while liberals huddled in their basements like it was some kind of dystopian movie. Noem's a proven fighter, and she's got the backbone to take on the Biden administration's ridiculous border policies. She's not going to back down from the left's open border agenda. She's going to fight tooth and nail to keep America safe. Now here's a pick that might raise a few eyebrows, folks. You're probably thinking, wait, RFK Jr. for HHS Secretary? That's right. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is being considered for the role of Secretary of Health and Human Services in President Trump's second term. Now, before you roll your eyes, hear me out. RFK Jr. is a man of principle. And let's not forget, he's not your typical political insider. Sure, he's taken a strong stand against the corrupt big pharma industry, and unlike so many in Washington, he's been unafraid to challenge the status quo, especially when it comes to health policies that have been harming our country for decades. Some of you might be thinking, but Benji, isn't he a Democrat? Well, yes, but let's not get caught up in party lines. RFK Jr. is not your average, out-of-touch elite liberal. Wow. This is a guy who believes in freedom of choice, transparency, and accountability. Things that should have been priorities in Washington years ago. And let's face it, folks, when it comes to the Health and Human Services Department, we need someone who understands how deep the corruption runs. Someone who won't just push Big Pharma's agenda, but will actually protect the American people's health. RFK Jr. isn't afraid to take on the pharmaceutical industry, and that's something that American people need. Whether you agree with all of his views or not, you can't deny that he's fearless when it comes to advocating for real health reforms, especially at a time when the health system is more about profits than patients. This is a pick that could shake up the bureaucratic swamp and put the American people first. Now, let's talk about the inevitable roadblocks ahead. As you know, the Democrats don't like to see Trump succeeding. They'll do anything they can to obstruct his cabinet picks. But guess what? Senate Majority Whip John Thune is already warning them, don't mess with Trump's picks. Thune knows what's at stake. These cabinet picks are so solid that even the Democrats won't be able to make excuses. And if they try, well, it'll be interesting to see how the American people react when they see the Democrats trying to block men and women who actually have the guts to stand up for this country. So, folks, there you have it. Trump's second-term cabinet is shaping up to the kind of team that can take on the swamp and bring real change to Washington. It's not just about who's in charge. It's about who's fighting for America. And trust me, with people like Doug Burgum, Matt Gaetz, Kristi Noem, and Pete Hegseth, we're going to see America come back stronger than ever. Thanks for tuning in, folks. I'm Benji Ashby, and this has been Truth Rigs. Keep fighting the good fight, stay informed, and remember, America first always.